Here it is, the Glamis Sand Dunes and the two FUNCO cars testing paddle tires. Hey guys, Kyle Bradshaw here, and I want to show you a brand new tire from System 3 Off-Road. It's the SS360. And where are we at? We're at the world famous Glamis Beach Store. We just got done spending about 2 hours out there in the dunes. There's all kinds of great content and footage that we're going to bring your direction, telling you about this neat new tire from System 3. Guys, we're out here today with Chaparral Motorsports, FUNCO, and System 3 Off-Road. Take a look at these cars. This here is the DS340 paddle tire that we came out here and ran last year. It conquered the hills. It was one of the best performing paddle tires that we had a chance to run. Well, today FUNCO is coming out with us, and we're testing out a brand new tire called the DS360. And this is what it looks like right over here. You can see it's a very interesting, very short paddle that's going to give you great drivability, is what they say. So it's a two-ply carcass. It's extremely lightweight. It floats on top of the ground, and then the way that these fins are developed, it allows the car to be able to plant, stick, and drive. So this is going to be the Duner's tire. It's not going to be the guy who's looking to get the most out of, like, say, an uphill challenge against a guy who's running a full paddle tire. But if you're looking for the best all-terrain tire for the dunes, a tire that's going to allow you to have the most fun possible in these UTVs. Now, Mark, you had a chance to run these out in the St. Anthony sand dunes. What was your experience on the tires then?
They were a blast. I loved them. They're definitely the driver's tire. You're able to have predictable sliding capabilities. You're maximizing your four-wheel drive capabilities out there. It's just an overall really fun tire to run. I had a blast. That's why I wanted to get you guys out here and show the masses how much fun these tires really are.
This is it, the brand new tire from System 3 Off-Road called the SS360. So I'm going to start off by driving inside the car here that has the straight up paddle tires. I'm very familiar with these. We spent a weekend out here on these tires, and I'm familiar with how they feel, but I just kind of want to refresh that memory of how they feel. And then after that, after we spend some time on the set of the DS340s, we're then going to jump over onto the SS360s so we can experience the difference. So my buddy Mike is here in the driver's seat. We're going to take these paddle tires out and have some fun. So what's Chad's history with racing and these UTVs?
Started back in 2008 in a Yamaha Rhino and moved over to Kawasaki Terex to get 8-time champion in the Pro Unlimited.
Now we're talking about which races?
In the Lucas Oil. Started out as Core and then changed over to Lucas Oil. And then moved on to Super Lights. And then from Super Lights went to Pro Lights. And then off to a Pro Buggy, won championships in the Pro Buggy. And now he's a dad.
That's awesome. Now you raced yourself?
I've raced all the EPO stuff in my sand car.
Okay.
And I've never raced in the UTV.
Bring you over to the sunset area.
Just bitching already. Alright, so I don't know if you can feel it or not, but our back end just slid around sideways as we came around that corner. If you're watching this buggy up in front of us, you can see that he's sticking to the ground and really having control of his back end and the front end. I mean, this car is four-wheel drive. Wow, look how soft the sand is. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know if you're able to see that in the camera and the way the car is shifting, but we totally pitched loose sideways out there a couple times, where the paddle just goes sideways across the sand. We're not seeing that on the car in front of me. It's going to be interesting to feel what that feels like once I get into the passenger seat of that vehicle, just to see how sticky and planted that vehicle feels to the sand. This here is the famous Comp Hill, fellas, the famous Comp Hill. So that right there was the jump we were hitting with these paddle tires last season when we were out here doing the paddle tire test. Right there, we hit sideways. Right there too. Right there as well. Bullet points say we're going to be able to stick to the... Whoa, there we go. That's some slide. Woohoo! That was fun, and that was only the first ride of the day, guys. This is gonna be a lot of fun. So again, tires like this allow you to steer, and then this guy here just allowed you to slide. So we were getting so much pitch sideways. So as soon as the car started sliding, it's just sliding along these ridges right here. Where this guy here was sticking to the ground a little bit more because he was catching each of these lips as the car wanted to try to slide sideways. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, these tires have no front pull. They don't.
No, at all.
It's just steering. That's why you can feel the back of the car sliding.
For sure.
There's no front end pull. So the car just drifts.
Oh, so I get that exaggerates it then. Interesting.
It doesn't have forward bite to pull through the turn.
Huh.
Which you want somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So now I'm getting to the car with Mr. Race Champion Chad over here. Now, Chad, you've been on these tires for your first little run here. What'd you think?
I like them. I'm impressed with the blend of traction and sliding. And predictability in the drift.
So I noticed that you guys have come up over the top of things and just stick and rail like you were pretty cool. We slid around quite a bit.
Which I like a slide. So what we were talking about is there's a blend between the two.
Right.
That's your happy medium. It might be as simple as me turning the tires. Are we ready?
Ready to roll. So I'm in the FUNCO car that has the SS360s on. This is the new dual sport driver's tire. Woo! So this sand right here is so soft. You can see as we come around, it just rolls down the side of the mountain. Wow, that side pull's impressive. Guys, full speed up to the top to hit this jump. Here we are. Woo. Oh, it's a blast.
See how good that rear slide. I like the slide. So
right.
See how good that rear tire slides when you don't have the floor engaged?
That was impressive, yeah. It definitely felt different.
Which is, I want somewhere in between, but I want four-wheel drive. Right?
Nice little Brody.
When you have four.
Oh yeah. It just sticks. That's a night and day difference. That stick versus the slide?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I want to have four-wheel drive, but I still want to be able to slide it.
Right.
So I need to have less front bite.
Right.
But still be able to track uphill.
Right. So we've been out mobbing around on these SS360s for about 45 minutes now. We've been over here at Competition Hill, here at the Glamis Sand Dunes. It's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. So what we've experienced is these front tires grab so hard. The car's on rails up here at the top, and it just pulls and hooks in, and there's no slip, there's no slide, there's no nothing. And what my pro driver here sitting next to me has said is he really would like the front end to slide a little bit, or the back to be able to slide. He wants a little bit more movement from the tires than these are getting. Instead of being just stuck on rails, he wants it to be be able to slide just a little bit so he can kind of drive the car, if you will. So right now we're heading back over to the vehicles. We're going to swap these tires one side to the other, and he believes that that's going to give him just enough slide to be able to feel like he can push the car instead of the car grabbing, gripping, and going. Nice. That was good. That sand was so soft on that hill, it doesn't even look like anybody was on it. That's wild.
Hey, do you want to go in front of the world famous Glamis Beach Store and get stills and shit from there? Get in. Open.
Open, but we're the only ones here? Wild. Hey, hey. Now, earlier this morning, we had this tire running the proper direction. Right now, it is run backwards. So what happened, we were getting so much bite and traction one way to the other that the car wasn't able to slide. So you get to the top of a dune and it would just, wow, jump straight down. You could even turn up into it and climb up and over. The amount of traction that these tires have is really staggering. But what happened was, with it run the correct direction, it was just too much traction. Constant dig and pull, and almost too much bite. The car just wanted to dive from side to side. And now you can see that the tread pattern is going to be less aggressive when the car is in four-wheel drive. It's not going to have quite the dig or quite the bite. And that's exactly what we found. So now the car will go in. It's almost like the front end wants to push a little bit, but that allows the back end to have just a little bit of an angle to it. So it wants to slide kind of up and around the dunes. Has a really good feeling. All right, we're leaving the Glamis Beach Store, the infamous Glamis Beach Store. Stopped in for some Gatorades, some snacks. Now we're gonna go hit the dunes and finish up the shoot. So right now we're currently in the car that has the sand paddles on it, chasing the SS360 car. Alright, now we're preparing for a little drag race between these two vehicles. We have a nice straight section of sand right here.
Alright, Green, are you ready? 4, goggles down, please.
Here we go. Oh! Uh-oh. Well, my friends, we just lost a belt and the race. Alright, now that we had that belt breakage on the first drag race, we obviously lost. I'm gonna pull around up here to the top. We're gonna do a running start, or a rolling start, I should say. Ready?
5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Both cars are pinned wide open right now. That car over there obviously has better traction. Yeah, buddy. It's got all four wheels pulling. Where this car here, even though we're in four-wheel drive, that front two tires being slicks up there just isn't getting the same traction that those DS360s are. What's Chad saying?
He has the taller tires, and so the 32, so it's like a bigger gear.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is a fact. We're running 31s on this car. He's running 32s on that car. Alright, now we're wrapped up. We got all the shots that we need. Right now we're just going to dune back to the trucks. That's a nice ridge. So these here are the dunes just on the back side of where we parked at. We parked right up there where that yellow gate is. There it is. We just rolled back into camp after a day out there on the DS340s and the new SS360s. As you can see, the wind is kicking up. It's starting to whip pretty good, so we're going to pack it up and call it a day. Chad's been my driver out here today as we've been testing out these new SS360 tires from System 3 Off-Road. Chad, how do these tires perform different than other sand tires you've run in the past?
Pleasantly surprised with the tire today. I expected the tire to be a drifting tire, which is, I think, where the market is aimed. It's for sure, no question, the best duning tire I've seen. But I was surprised with the traction and also just the tracking up the hill and the controllability on the faces of the dunes. It's not something that I expected to be able to just throw the car sideways in the fluff, but also have the trust to be able to push it going up the hills.
So this car actually stuck so good the first run out that we had to come back and make an adjustment. We actually flipped the front tires around backwards so they'd be able to slide a little bit more than they were, because they were like sticking like Velcro to the sand.
If I was on a racetrack, I'd definitely run them forward, but being in the dunes, it's a lot of, I mean, let's call it what it is. It's a kickback, relaxed, family time cruise, right? And when I'm cruising, I kind of want to fluff and float, and that allowed me to just turn it around. But if I know that I'm going out for that one ride a weekend, where what we call at FUNCO Motorsports, let's go break parts, right? I turn it around and I go hard.
The new SS360 from System 3 Off-Road. If you're a duner and you want to be able to have the most fun out here you can have on the sand, take a look at the new SS360s.